some streets.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to another episode of Two Majors and a Minor. I'm Cappuccino behind the scenes here with Nick Multhop producing today. Looks like we got a full team at the table today. Exciting. Listen, if you like what you see here, don't be afraid to go to the old Google box on YouTube, 216 Creator Studios. Like, share, subscribe, ding that bell for the future notification. We do appreciate your support. Tim.
Hey,
what's up, buddy?
How you doing? It's time to play ball again.
It is.
We're headed down the home stretch in baseball land, but before we get there, what's new with you?
Been building. Obviously, you come to the studio, you see the progress that we're doing here. I'm having a lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie. This is not really a job at this point. It's a retirement that I'm creating in the making.
You can't tell people that.
Why?
It's hard
Why,
work.
though?
It's so hard.
I know. I like to watch them go, man, how do I do that? Then I go, you invest.
People got to come and see our piano bar. It's literally a piano
bar.
That's
right. Really impressive.
It's really good. It's really good. Listen, the band room is ready for rehearsals. So if you're a parent out there and you're tired of hearing the band in the garage, we made it cheap enough for the rest of this year for you to send your children this way.
Oh.
Go for it.
Yep.
In
fact, let's send a link. We can post it before we sign off today. Put the link.
Yeah, absolutely. We could do something for that. I haven't seen either of you guys in a while, Josh, John, and I know you've been on a trip, which I'm excited to hear about. I don't want to. No spoilers.
All right.
Pigeonhole.
Right. And then, John, always pleasure to see you, man. You're out there saving the world one organ at a time, which is pretty cool.
So far, I've gotten to one organ. So, yeah.
That's all you get.
Progress.
One
organ in
just like
6 years.
How he traveled the world saving the human race.
Right now in the warehouse.
Yeah. I've saved one, and it's in storage.
We're talking about dusting it off. So, what about you? What's going on?
With me?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just trying to keep up with you lately. We're getting so busy. We're planning 6 months ahead for the NAMM show already.
That's right.
For Around the Piano. We're going to do a lot of exciting things when we get to that show. So, and we're going to have some sponsors, and we're doing some fundraising for the show so we can be bigger and better than ever. So it's going to be an exciting show. I know Nick's going to be going with us this year, and
cool.
Be exciting to show him NAMM for the first time.
Well, I'm excited about Nick going is because that's a lot of walking. And, I don't know if you've known this, but I'm kind of candy coated. And my knees and my ankles by the afternoon, I'm done.
Yeah, but your knees and ankles are close to each other. So
they are, and it's short to the ground too. So
that's right.
It works out well.
Nick can do the walking for us. When you need coffee, we'll call Nick.
Yeah, right. Nick's already like, I'm so not going to this.
It's like, stop! You're making it sound too fun.
He's like, this is gonna be a great time, guys. So I think did we talk about piano trends yet?
No, we didn't talk about piano trends. It's fall, back to school, band rentals. We're gearing up for that. We got a lot of kids coming in just to get their marching lyres and flip folders. And so it's been I wouldn't say that's exciting, but when you see the kids come in and they say, I need that, that thing that holds the music when I'm marching. Fortunately, we knew what they were talking about. So it's
a good description.
It's a good description.
Yeah, that thing.
It's a full service shop here.
Yeah.
I know. And so back in school too, right?
Oh, back to school, yeah.
And Josh, you work in you run the pits of a school for the theater.
I wouldn't say I run them, but I sit in. Yes,
okay.
I play piano. Yeah, I leave the running to the conductors, but yeah, they have me back generally. So yeah, it's several. Let's see. Well, last year I was at Grant and Prairie Ridge for their musicals. Yeah. And I play with choirs too, several different choirs.
Wow.
So yeah,
you're also multi-talented. It's great. But I know that it's time back at school. So lessons.
Yep.
Piano trends.
If you want to sign up for lessons, you can do it online. You don't even have to talk to us. You can go online, find out what teachers you want and which teachers, where their availability is, and you can go ahead and sign up right online.
And that's right through pianotrends.com.
Pianotrends.com does it.
Awesome. So what are we talking about today, fellas?
I think we're going to do it in a couple of segments today. In the first segment, I'm real interested in hearing about Josh's trip To Madagascar?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
come
you.
on.
Let's
We
go.
got to hear it.
All right.
Give us a little background. Tell us.
So it was a church trip over the past decade. My church, it's an Episcopal church in Northfield, has started a relationship with Episcopalians in the south of Madagascar, which is the poorest part generally. And so there's this couple at my church, Sue and Simon, and they've been there. This was their 5th time. And ever since they heard music there and taught me a couple songs to teach at our church, they wanted to get me down there so I could teach more songs. And so they finally got me this year. And so I guess I was sort of the catalyst to the people in our diocese in southern Madagascar having this music conference. So they got all these musicians from around the diocese. In some cases, this was a multi-day drive for them to the central diocese in the city of Tuliar. And we had this music conference. And so they shared songs. People were teaching each other songs that they had just written. And then my job was to teach them solfa notation. You may be wondering what that is. I did not know a year ago, but it's this form of notation that uses the initial letters of the solfege scale. So like D for do, R for F. Yeah. So you can, there's this whole system worked out where you can represent music just with these letters and then some different like symbols to indicate rhythms and whatever. So I had to teach myself this and then teach it to the people at the conference. And I think we kind of got it.
Well, that's
Some of the younger people took to it especially well. So yeah.
Do you find that because the older folks had to unlearn things in order to relearn solfa, or
Possibly, and also like before I even started teaching them solfa, I was in the room where one of them taught everyone a song in the way that they normally do it, which is just by rote. He sang the melody, they sang the melody, and by the second repetition through the song, everyone in the room was improvising 4-part harmonies and working it into a completed product. So they had like a finished product of a song that they had just learned in about a half hour.
Wow.
So like they don't really need the solfa unless they're trying to teach music to people who are not in the same room as them. And so that's what we were sort of teaching for. They want to be able to share songs that they've written around the diocese, because it was a lot of their hymns are just like Malagasy versions of hymns that we would sing here, like How Great Thou Art or something, but with Malagasy words, and then they've sort of like come up with unique rhythmic aspects to it, like
eat your heart out, Jacob Collier.
So yeah, but it was really fascinating to hear that process. I recorded some of it. So
fabulous.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really rewarding. And then we spent a lot of time. We sponsor some kids, their education, and so we got to visit those kids. I got to meet the girl that our family sponsors, so that was really special. So yeah.
And do they ever travel back here to visit?
They have. A bunch of them came to Florida a couple of years ago. There's this organization called the Friends of Tuliar that sort of helps the diocese. It's a bunch of Americans and British people who help the Diocese of Tuliar, and they had a gathering in Florida, and so some of the Malagasy people came to that a couple of years ago. In general, though, no. I mean, as you can imagine, airfare is a barrier. Yeah. I mean, it was a barrier for me, but fortunately, John helped with this fundraiser, and we had back in February, and we had lots of other fundraising, and so my trip, I only had to pay for like personal purchases, and this fundraising is what got all of these country musicians into the diocese too, like paid for their transportation and their housing and everything. So
it's amazing when the community gets to things like
that,
right?
And like you find it's always a tough, because I'm in the church too, and we do, when it comes to fundraising, the hardest part is getting people to try to fundraise, because it's always like people aren't going to want to do this. People aren't going to want like they're clutching their pearls, and like they get this cynical view. But then as soon as you just step into faith a little bit, like we're like, trust that the church is going to do something about it. Trust that the people in your community care about mission.
Yeah,
and then you'll surprise yourself.
Yes,
and that event was packed.
It was
Packed. And
really
people are
successful.
eager.
People
and
I didn't know were there.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
people
Yeah.
are on board, and
Yeah.
people want to contribute to their community
Yeah.
for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for including me in that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you surprised me with this today.
Yeah.
So what is-
Tell everybody about it.
What is it?
This is a blanket. Aside from music, Sue, the woman who brought me there, is big into needlecrafts. And so any place that had needlecrafts going on, we were there. And it just happened that the place we were staying in Antananarivo, the capital, there is also a small business there of women who weave with raffia fiber, which is comes from palm. So it's palm fiber, basically. But they are just weaving and selling all of these decorative objects, including blankets. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I got my daughter a elephant basket, and they had all kinds of stuff there. So.
I mean, it's so intricate. It's simple because it's just repeating, but it's beautiful. And they dye it.
Yeah, the
Is it
fiber
like-
is dyed. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, but thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
I did not expect that at all.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful. So I got a question. What is an elephant basket?
It is a basket,
That you put in.
woven basket, cylinder. Imagine an open cylinder with the head of an elephant woven on the side. It's like
Oh,
3D coming at you.
yeah,
Yeah.
send me a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See that?
You know,
Yeah, I'm
speaking
gonna
of
go to
pictures,
Madagascar.
we have some pictures.
Do
Yeah.
we?
Should we share those up?
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, there's Anthony. All
Walk
right.
us through some of these, will you?
Yeah, there were so many Cubs fans in Madagascar. It was really astounding. This is my translator, Anthony, at the music conference. I did ask, it's customary to give gifts when you're there. That's like their love language. We got all kinds of gifts from the Malagasy people. And so we brought gifts too. And I asked Cubs Charities for 9 hats, which was the estimate that we thought we'd need. They gave us 24, which was great. And we used them all. And so I was giving them out to all the leaders of the conference, to the pastors that we were meeting with, to our drivers. And then we did have like 5 extra that I sort of raffled off at the end of the conference. And these hats, people were thrilled to get them. And then they kept going from head to head. Like I would see people wearing them, like who weren't even at the conference, but all of a sudden they've got the Cubs hat on. So yeah, people were just like moving it, passing the Cubs hat. Yeah. We went to a wedding on our last day in Tuliar, and the musicians were passing a Cubs hat around while they played the wedding. So yeah.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
So was Go Cubs Go the processional?
Right. Yeah, there is, let's see, Dadaliva in the middle there. He is the husband of Reverend Ansa, who is one of, I think, the 2nd female pastor in our diocese. And that is, I'm going to get it wrong. Another pastor that
no
helped
pressure.
us out. Yeah.
I'm like, I believe you. Whatever
Yes.
you tell me, I believe you.
There's our one of our drivers, Roland. Yeah. There is Fiadanana, who was a translator. He also runs the child sponsorship program. And the tall British guy is Paul, who is one of the 5 of us. Yeah. And those are the leaders of the music conference. Let's see, I'm in the middle there, and to my left is Alfred, who was the main leader of the conference. Plays guitar, runs the diocesan music program. Really good guy. Yeah.
Cool.
And those are the raffle winners. Yes.
What do they win?
They won a hat.
There you go.
You can see they're very happy about it. Yes.
I'm starting to think that the Chicago Cubs are like, we're going to give you all these hats. You better be out there promoting. You know what I mean? You're like, sure thing.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Good to be back.
yeah,
What a
great
cool
time. That's
trip.
awesome.
Thanks.
I wanted to move on to our second segment. Like I said, we're going to talk in segments today.
Mhm.
This would be 2 or maybe 3,
Yeah.
maybe 4.
You got the plan. Yeah.
We'll see, but we lost one of our favorite Cubs of all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Sandberg passed
Yeah.
away a few weeks ago, and it was sad because at first we thought, a year ago he was cancer free, and we thought he was happy things were going to happen, and in a good way. And it unfortunately it came back. So, what do you guys? I know you both have met Sandberg personally at the ballpark.
Very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly. But let's share your memories that you have. And of Rhino.
Yeah. So
John first.
my main encounter with him, it was I think 21.
Okay.
Late 21. He was commentating on Marquee. That was his role that year before he did other things. And like Marquee was still kind of in its infancy. It was the first year that the fans were allowed at the ballpark. So it was probably September, it was full capacity, and I show up to the ballpark on a Sunday morning early one time. And I get into the booth, where Jeremiah sits. There's a person sitting there. And I open the door and I didn't really realize, and he turns around. I'm just like, Rhino. And he's just like, oh, hey, I'm Ryan. And I'm like, I did the whole, I know exactly who you are. But I was listening to his, and I'll digress a little bit, but I was listening to his memorial service on the Score last Friday. And a couple of the eulogies talk about how he never assumed people knew who he was. He wasn't that guy like, don't you know who I am?
Right.
He was never like that. So he was a very prominent member in his church, especially after he retired from baseball. Being as prominent as he was, everybody in Chicago knew who he was. Everyone in the baseball community knew who he was. It's a Hall of Famer. But he still just kind of was that guy. And apparently he was the handyman at his church.
Oh, wow.
So like people like who needed help in their house, they needed to fix plumbing or whatever, they would just send Rhino. They wouldn't say who it was. They would say, we're sending the handyman at the church. And he'd show up and it's like Ryan Sandberg, and he goes, hi, I'm Ryan, I'm here to fix your sink or whatever. And people are like, I know who you are, but he never, every time he assumed no one knew him.
That is very
introduced
cool.
himself as and then he'd sit down and have a meal with you and ask you about your life. That's just how he was. And that, when I was hearing the stories, I'm like, that's exactly how he was. When I showed up early to practice and we're talking for a bit and I snapped a picture because my mom loves Rhino. She had his poster on everything. So I sent the selfie to her and she was like, oh my God. And then I sit down, I tell him like, hey, I have to start playing a little bit just to practice. And he's like, oh, no problem. I love hearing it and everything. And he's shouting out requests as he's taking notes. I'm like, this is so cool. We're no one's at the ballpark. There's nobody in the booth. It's literally just Ryan Sandberg and myself in the same space, just hanging out. And I'm like, it just kind of one of those moments where
moment.
Right. Yeah. And you don't want to be like fangirling over the moment, but it's just like, this is one of those jot it down and bookmark it for future, just to look back on. And I never realized because at the time he was healthy, you don't realize just how unique and special a moment can be until one of the subjects of the moment is gone. So he ended up leaving a few minutes after I started playing after gates open, but there were just normal banter between two baseball fans because he's asking, okay, who's starting today? What was he like? And I just kind of like, I think he gave up a lot of runs last out, so he's like, yeah, I'll write that down. So
okay.
And he's just like, well, what do you think about this song? And I'm like, it just was so casual and so organic. And then when he leaves, I'm kind of reflecting, like, I just was talking to one of the greatest baseball players of all time, like he was my neighbor.
And he was a normal guy.
That's just how he was. And he never, no one had a bad word to say about him. Like baseball players, there's a lot of attitude in baseball. You read stories about Pete Rose and even Greg Maddux. It just there's
egos.
Well, not just egos, but like the way you play the game is a little like war.
Oh, it's
where it's very competitive. Like Greg Maddux stories where he would give up a home run just to. You'd be like, why'd you throw a pitch to that guy? I'm like, because we're going to face him in the playoffs in 2 months, and he's going to be waiting for that pitch. I'm going to strike him out. And sure enough, that's what Greg Maddux did. Wow. He was so cerebral, but like people would be like, yeah, Greg Maddux, what a dog. No one had that to say about Rhino. He wasn't a bad guy. He didn't have any enemies, and it's just how he lived his life.
What a great moment.
Yeah, that was very special.
Thanks for sharing that.
Very privileged.
Well, I've never met Ryan Sandberg, but I can tell you from someone who's watched Cubs games live from the mid-'60s to the present, I saw Ernie Banks play, Ron Santo, and Billy Williams. But I saw them play in front of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people sometimes. And throughout the 70s, that was the way it was. Wrigleyville was not Wrigleyville. Then the early 80s come. The Cubs make that deal with Ryan Sandberg, or with Philadelphia, the Phillies, to get Ryan Sandberg. And I watched the Sandberg game, which for those who don't know the Sandberg game, it's where he hits 2 home runs in the 9th and the 10th inning against Bruce Sutter, a former Cub, and one of the best relief pitchers of all time. He ties the game twice in a game that they eventually won. And that became the Sandberg game, quote unquote.
It was also on national TV.
It was.
On a Saturday.
Yep.
So
it
was
quite
a moment.
It really was a moment. But almost from that moment on, that year, the Cubs finally won a division. And that was the year that Rick Sutcliffe comes over. And from that point on, Wrigleyville started to become Wrigleyville. And the Cubs became that national team for sure. That was the year, when WGN broadcast the games. And
what a year.
It was a fantastic year.
Because they got Harry.
Yep, Harry was there.
And Rhino.
Yeah.
I think all within that year or two. Just they were nothing in the 70s, but that was Lee Rant, right before.
Right.
And they didn't have many, they had the remnants of Williams and Fergie, but like those the 80s Cubs from 84 on, it's like everyone knew who the Cubs were.
It set the stage for where we're at today as far as Cubs history goes, I believe.
Oh yeah.
But it was fascinating, and I credit Ryan Sandberg with doing that. And few people remember that he even was a manager for the Phillies.
Oh right.
For I don't know how long, a couple years maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got his managerial chops through the Cubs farm system, but the Cubs never hired him as manager. But he got the job with the Phillies, and it didn't last that long. But he did that, and then of course he became the ambassador for the Cubs, along with a lot of the former ball players. But it was he meant a lot to the Cubs, and in the past and the present and going forward, he'll always be part of that. He's one of the flags that's going to be hanging on the flagpole forever.
Yeah. He's it.
Yeah.
So the number 23 in Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Devin Hester.
Yep.
Rhino.
And they're all retired.
Yeah. How
Every
about
one of them. Yeah. All Hall of Famers.
Left the legacy, always will be remembered.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, look at Babe Ruth, right? I mean, you still remembered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he did his job, did a good job of it, and he was a humble human being.
He was
in the process of it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people could say is like, as a maintenance guy, it's like Ron Rhino just unclogged our toilet for
Yeah.
he did it happily in a handshake. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Speaking of memories, so we're up for our first trivia question, guys.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Blow out the dust a little bit. I know Madagascar's got you a little coffee.
Yeah, I can't think.
Let's see. John's ready. Look, he's ready to go. Okay, so during what year did Ken Holtzman throw a no-hitter for the Cubs without recording a single strikeout?
Oh, interesting.
Shoot, that was one of the like Blue Cross Blue Shield or Budweiser moments, whatever, on the board.
I have no idea what year it is, but that's a cool stat.
Can you give me a window? Give me an era.
Yeah,
Don't give me a year. Give me an era.
The years that Holtzman played.
Thank you.
Commonly known as the Holtzman years.
Yeah.
Not recording a single. I'm trying to think.
It looks like Tim already knows the answer.
I have no idea.
Well, I saw the game.
Oh, you were at the game?
Not at it, but I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I was at one no-hitter, though, to go, speaking of digressing a little bit. I saw Joe Horland's no-hitter for the White Sox in 67, I believe that was.
And would you say this Holtzman thing was before or after?
I would say it's before or after.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It was after.
82.
No.
82.
I don't know. I have no idea when
Holtzman?
that played. I don't know when he played.
I'm not even going to try. So,
in fact, if you check the Piano Trends YouTube, I've got a YouTube snippet of Holtzman's no-hitter.
Was it in the 90s?
The 90s?
Or 70s?
No.
Okay, now you're warmer.
Okay. Well, geez, I have no idea. I don't know.
Tim, do you know the answer?
69 or 70.
69.
Yeah.
Wow.
69.
Okay.
So since Tim's on a roll, who was it against, and who in that game hit a 3-run homer?
Ooh,
Now put you to the test.
that is a test. Probably Santo, Banks, or Williams.
Ooh, Ron Santo.
Ron Santo.
all right.
Since Santo
Against
first.
What's that?
against
Was it Pittsburgh?
Mets.
Mets?
no
Cincinnati.
Was it a divisional team?
Braves.
Oh,
Yeah.
Braves.
well, it was no division.
That's pretty
No
good.
divisions then.
Tim,
Yeah.
Tim crushed a lot of those. That's pretty good.
Well done.
That's his era.
Yeah.
That's
It's an era.
fine.
Hate
You
to
were-
be
you were like
old
starting to
sometimes.
shoot.
Yeah.
Heyday. He was retired by then.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. It's
Moving on.
Yep.
Okay.
Fumbled that boy.
Moving on. This next segment, Josh knows because I told him while you were in the green room getting your coffee. We're going to show a little clip here as soon as Nick reels it up. This is my vote, and then I want to get your vote
hey.
for my defensive play of the year. And I
Oh,
think
Is this the Horner thing?
no,
Oh, okay.
but
to be
that's a good
Shaw.
one. Too.
This would be. Was this?
Yeah,
Shaw?
this is my vote for defensive play of the year, and
Oh.
it's not PCA.
Shaw. What a pick by Michael Bush. Wow. Shaw continues to play
He's come into his own.
brilliant
Right.
defense.
And that was not the only spectacular play he made that game, right? If I remember this correctly.
Shaw.
Yeah.
What a pick by
So which
Michael
one of you was at the
that was the
Keys to the
Brewers.
Oregon?
That was
day?
last year.
That was Brewers last week.
right? Yeah.
You
So-
were.
So that
Yeah.
was, yeah.
That was one of the games I
Yeah,
was
it's one
at.
of the doubleheader games.
And just it was one of those like bunts where it's like, okay, give up a bunt, we can get the guy at second. And Shaw's like, no, let's. And he
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year, where everyone, I mean, we like Shaw, we like all of our prospects. Like, it's like
Yeah.
we're rooting for him. He just wasn't doing anything.
Mm,
Couple errors. He's like, you got to send him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's happened before to prospects where you send them down, they take it personally, and they just kind of give up.
mm.
Ian Happ, same thing. happened to
really?
Happ.
Yeah, they sent him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, to these two guys,
Mhm.
Happ and Shaw, you sense where they're like, I know my place. I know my role is to succeed for the team,
Mhm.
and that means become good at my position.
Yeah.
You're a third baseman. You're guarding that line. You're able to catch ripped ground balls. You have to have an arm. And he's like, I got to work at it. And he came back, and he's been outstanding since coming
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
I think one of the
awesome.
I think he's the best hitter on
Oh,
the team.
boy.
He's my son's
Since
favorite
coming-
player. Yeah.
Is
Since
he?
coming back,
Yeah.
he's the best hitter on the team. I think
Yeah, no doubt.
he's like a 1,000 OPS. Like he's outstanding.
So what
I
do you
like
guys think? If you think back to this year, what would be your pick for defensive play of the year?
Well, my favorite, if only because it finally cemented in my head the infield fly rule, is
Cindy
where
Horner.
Horner
Yeah.
let it drop,
Yeah.
fooled the guy at second, and got him out at third.
Oh,
yes,
beautiful.
that was
That's
fantastic.
Just
Yeah.
I didn't know that was White Sox too, wasn't it?
Was it?
It was
we were on the
It was a
road. We were like
Sunday-
watching
a
in the car.
Sunday game against
Yeah.
the White Sox, where I'm watching it with all my White Sox fan in-laws,
Uh,
and they're all like, "What was that? What happened?" I'm like, "You'll fly."
Oh, that had to
And
be
if-
fun.
Oh, it's great.
if I had been in the organ booth at that point, we would have been asking ourselves, "What the heck is going on here?" Yeah.
Like, I used to think it was so stupid. I'm just like, well, kind of makes sense. But if they don't call it, you gotta play it like it's it's
Yeah.
like, oh, whoops, I dropped the ball. Double
Yeah.
play. Oh, beautiful.
It was beautiful. He's so
Yeah.
smart.
He's a Stanford guy. He better be
Yeah.
smart. Yeah. So
Yeah.
much fun. I agree with you. I think that one's up there. I've seen PCA make 1 or 2 or 5 crazy diving catches.
Mhm.
I've
PCA
seen,
does so many of them, it's hard to nail down to one.
yeah. Oh, only no. Willie Castro last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Threw out a
that
guy at the
throw.
plate
Oh
to
yeah.
end the inning.
That
It
was something.
a strike,
Uh,
and I could swear I could hear the whistle of the ball from like he gunned that thing. What a pickup this
Yeah.
guy has
Yeah.
been.
yeah.
Like he's had a couple clutch hits.
Mhm.
He's not like 300, 350 batting average guy, but like
Mhm.
he's gonna get you those hits. He reminds me of Tommy LaStella. You put him anywhere.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You take him off the bench. You
Yeah.
can start him. He's gonna do something about it.
Well, and
Yeah.
the cool thing about that throw is if that ball had bounced, it doesn't get him.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
came in on the fly.
Yeah, it was on the fly, and
Yeah.
he was a couple steps ahead of him, and that was I think a consequential run. I think the Cubs
Yeah.
won by 1 run.
Seems like
It was.
It was a really, really outstanding play. But yeah,
Well, good. Well, we got that solved. We
Yeah.
got plenty of that. Now, here's nothing, and I'm going to have Nick pull up another video here. Somebody who's been in a big slump for a while, started to pull it out.
Mhm.
Tucker, yep.
Yeah, that's been good
And you
to see.
notice his swing. He's got the
Pitchers and they deliver.
swing.
Kyle Tucker destroys one to right. It is back. It's gone. King Tuck, NBA Jam, heating up. Second homer in as many games. 20th of the year. 2-run shot, and it's 2-0
He's missing it.
One to the pitchers, and they deliver. Kyle Tucker destroys one to
He's
right.
been swinging flat, I thought,
Huh.
Okay.
for about a month.
Well, he had his hurt hand.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
with his hand.
Yeah,
right?
and I think baseball is always a mental thing.
Yeah.
You watch, Lester
Under the
could go to
pitchers,
first,
and
like
they
that type of stuff,
Yeah.
Kyle
where you
Tucker
just don't know why certain
destroys
things are
one to
happening,
right.
and
It
it's
is
only a matter
back.
of time where someone like Tucker
That's right.
pulls out of
The
it.
pitchers,
He's not
and
going to
they
roll
deliver.
over a 4-3.
Kyle Tucker
It's not,
destroys.
especially in the span of a couple of months when he's having he's going to pull out. That's that's the history of his career. That's what's going to happen,
Mhm.
and it's coming around.
It's nice to have that luxury where they can take him off the field for a couple days and get
Exactly.
Castro out there
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he comes back in and he's back ready to go.
That's
yeah.
right.
that's
Well, we need to find a place to play Owen Cassie now.
Yeah.
he right field was good. He was good as a DH. So if you just let him hit, because he was having
Right.
some just looper, nothing too powerful, nothing too flashy. He's just trying to get on base, and that's what you need
That's a good way
to
to
get
start it
people on
out.
base. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
absolutely.
think I'm sitting too far.
Well, I just want to throw this out there. We're not ready to announce it yet, but here's a hint. The gentleman who announced Tucker's home run. Just remember that.
Alex,
Alex, just
Alex
remember
Cohen.
that.
Oh,
Cohen.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like Alex Cohen.
I like the way he calls a ball game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he reminds me of Matt Verstergen. He's
Oh.
the guy, Santa Maria, like just so. He's the guy who
Yeah.
called. Well, anytime you see that David Bodie walk off grand slam, you hear
Oh,
the voice.
okay.
That's Matt Verstergen.
Okay.
Walk off slam. Just he's up in the booth, just screaming into the microphone. That's the announcer I like.
Veins coming out of his
Yeah, right. Just everything is fast. Ah.
That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, I love listening to I don't do it very often, but every once in a while I'll turn it over to the Spanish version.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here, Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguelito.
Yeah, he calls a great game too, and I actually kind of understand it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Labaton.
Probably a good way to learn Spanish.
Right,
like
it is,
How
yeah.
people learn English by watching Friends. You
Yeah.
could,
That's
pick up
right.
Spanish by watching baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, it's
listening to baseball.
conversational. It's
Yeah.
actual Spanish. You listen to how they converse. There's their own slang and inflection and
We
stuff.
should bring him
Oh.
on the show one of these
He'd
days.
love to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I can get
Yeah.
it.
You could sing. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd do an good Elvis impersonation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That could be a crossover around the piano, or two majors and a minor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, you talk to who plays next? You.
you play
Me,
next
Labor
week.
Day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you set it up.
All right.
And
I'll have to
off season.
bring him a card.
Yeah, bring him a card. We'll
okay.
do it off season. All right.
We just gave away the game. We said we
We have little cards.
Yeah, like,
That's right.
That's right.
They just have a symbol on them.
That's right. So how's Jeremiah doing? He was with us the last time we were here.
He's
doing great.
good. He's
Yeah.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's.
flew a plane.
Oh,
Did he
I missed,
really?
I missed
Yeah.
him flying the plane.
So he and I share a passion for planes. We love flying and aviation. And he always told me, like, if he wasn't doing announcing, he wasn't doing stuff like that, he wanted to be a pilot. But he had never flown a plane before. And he had connected with a person he works with over at the Bulls who has a recreational license and
Yeah.
is a part of a flight club. And so he said, okay, we're going to set it up. I'll pitch in for gas. And we're going to fly to Nashville in a 172 Cessna. If we're in Lake in the Hills, it's the
Mhm.
ones you see flying up
Yeah.
and down all the time. And they ended up going to St. Louis, and they went from which airport? It would have been DuPage. Yeah, DuPage to some airport down on the Illinois side by St. Louis. They got out, got Tim Drews, and then
Ted Drew.
Ted Drews. Sorry, Ted Drews. It's Tim.
Not
sorry,
Ted Cruz.
Not Ted
Yeah.
Cruz. Ted Drews. Ted Drews. Thank you. And flew back, and he was like, right after that trip, we shared the booth, and he's just like, I got to fly. And he
Oh,
lit
that's
up.
cool.
I'm like, he's found a rekindled passion. I
Good
think.
for him.
Yeah. So I think it's cool seeing him explore these. You know, you got a dream or you got a passion, and you pursue it. It'll pay dividends.
Yeah.
So,
And we're talking about Jeremiah Paprocki, public address announcer,
right?
For the Chicago Cubs.
we were
friend of the show.
Nick and I were talking about him not too long ago. We have an event coming up for veterans here at the studio, where they get together. They do first-person shooter on Xbox and or Madden. And that would be like the first time I'm like, well, let me see if I can get an announcer to announce that, which would be pretty cool, right? On setting it up for the veterans, because whatever funds come in off of this live stream goes right towards the cause for veterans. It's part of Veterans Path to Hope, which is pretty cool. So somebody drop a line if you could for me, because I think that would be kind of neat, and I think these veterans would really be tickled about that, which would be pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
One last thing on Jeremiah. There's one ball. He's visited every single ballpark in the major leagues. Did he get down to Tampa Bay? That was
for the Steinbrenner?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because he had one ball, but that was the temporary ballpark that they're playing at.
Well, it's the Yankees spring training field that down in Tampa they're using.
And he hasn't been to that one yet.
I don't know if he may have been there just in general. I don't know if he's been there.
He's got to be there for a game.
For a major league game. Maybe not. And he hasn't been to. Has he been to the A's in Sacramento?
Wait a minute. Did the Cubs go to Tampa Bay?
Did he go to Sacramento?
He did go to Sacramento.
Yeah. That's when they scored 35 runs in 3 days. Oh my God.
Wish we could play them every week.
Right.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, that those first 2 months of the season where they're scoring 10 runs a game every game.
Yeah.
I mean, what a. Ooh. It's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
But, yeah. You know, he's prolific. He's been to every single ballpark.
Yeah.
What an accomplishment.
Yeah, really.
I've been to St. Louis, Milwaukee, both Chicago's, Angels, Pirates. That's it.
Wow.
Haven't you been to Dodge? Oh no.
No. I was supposed to.
You were supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, actually, that's Jeremiah's story too.
Yeah, that is because
Diamondbacks at all? Did you ever go to the Arizona?
I've been around the ballpark in the off season. I've never been to it.
What an interesting ballpark where you have a swimming pool.
Yeah, outfield. What a cool thing, though.
Very neat.
Very minor league-esque.
You know?
Yeah.
It was the first time we sat on the Cubs side because they were playing the Cubs, and my father-in-law came out and he said, "We're going to go to Diamondback Stadium and watch the Cubs play." I said, awesome. So there was 15 people from Chicago watching from one side, but they were so diehard, man. Blue, painted all blue, jumping off the
Arizona's full of Cubs fans.
Oh yeah.
That's all the transplants from Chicago.
Yeah,
right.
It's a suburb.
It is.
At this point,
Scottsdale is basically a suburb of Chicago.
You're either from New York
or Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
Use
nice.
Chicago.
You guys.
Got a North Side trivia question. Okay, it's based on the North Side. Which North Side Park was transformed from an old cemetery into a public green space?
What?
Cemetery.
Yep.
Horner?
Which North Side Park was transformed from an
old cemetery. Lincoln Park.
Yeah. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, well done.
Nice.
I saw it on a plaque.
Did you?
At the air show. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's Lincoln Park. Yeah. I was like, okay.
That's awesome. That sounds good. Well, hey, you got it.
Right on.
So, where are all the people from the cemetery then?
We don't talk about that. Listen, in Chicago, we don't talk
Stephen
about
King story.
Yeah, that's for the stories of the paranormal.
That could be.
That could be. Yeah.
Or mysteries of true.
Or mysteries.
One of the two, right? Right. Awesome. Where are we at on time, man? We're
right around that marker.
Yep.
All right. Well, everybody, you got something?
No.
Okay.
Nothing of consequence.
It's time we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back for the 7th inning stretch to sign things off.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Welcome to Piano Trends Music and Band Company, Crystal Lake, Illinois. I'm Tim Paul, and I'm one of the owners here at Piano Trends, and I want to tell you 3 things about Piano Trends Music. Here's what you're going to find. Fun, more fun, and even more fun. That's right. You're going to have fun learning to play an instrument. We've got a lot of fun instruments to choose from for you to purchase, buy, or rent. And we have fun repairing your own instrument to get it up to snuff just for you. And you might even, your timing might be just perfect when you come visit us for fun. We might just have a live jam session going on with lifting spirits through music, and you're welcome to join us or just watch. Plus, you never know who's going to show up at Piano Trends Music. You know, like this guy. PianoTrends.com. We'll see you soon. All right, everybody. We need to get some runs and get the September stretch going for the Cubbies. There we go. John's a little bit off camera right now, but he's at the organ. Hey, John, are we ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. And it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Let's get some runs.